There's morality. Nightfall the rain, and the silence bleeds. We have come into the night, thunder raging war and night. We have come into the night, thunder raging war and night. We'll fight, dark age, Silver. Finger up for Ragnarok, finger up for Ragnarok, finger up for Ragnarok. Welcome to Valhalla. Finger up for Ragnarok, finger up for Ragnarok, finger up for Ragnarok. Welcome to Valhalla. I can feel it in my veins, the warrior inside of me. Finger up for Ragnarok, finger up for Ragnarok, finger up for Ragnarok. Welcome to Valhalla.
Hey everybody, welcome to
Hello.
Valhalla Esports. Seer. I'm joined by my co-host Fluffy Death 131.
Hello, everybody.
This week we're going to be talking about our first round of playoffs, the quarterfinals, and then we're going to talk about our future matches heading into the semifinals.
Yeah.
Do you have anything you want to say before we kick it off into the first game?
No, I can look at the first game.
I thought they were all pretty pretty big blowouts. Apparently they were all
Yeah,
close.
yeah, yeah. I know.
Geez. All right, so the first series we had Los Namados versus Titans Wrath, which Los Namados is my team. I don't know. We came into this thinking it was going to be ridiculously close. Nithros and Challenge Cat are doing really well bot
Yeah,
lane. But if we want to kick it into the first draft, or do we have the first draft? Yes,
we
we do.
do.
Nice. All right, so give me your first impressions, Fluffy.
A Mumu first pick. I feel like that's been the name of the season so far. I think we'd call it, a Mumu first pick because that's what everyone's been doing.
Yeah, yeah. If it's not banned, you have to pick it first.
Yeah,
It's too good.
it's insane.
It's too good.
Yeah, I mean,
Uh,
I think it's pretty standard from all sides. Casual got his Scion, which is pretty good for him.
all right, give me a team you think won this and why. Just based on this draft, which team would you think
Uh,
comes out on
Lost
top here?
Nomadas because Titans Draft doesn't have a top laner.
What do you mean doesn't have a top laner? They have a Scion. Oh
Scion's
no,
jungle.
sorry.
Casual
They
was
have a
not playing
Galley.
on jungle.
I forgot they have a Galio top lane.
Yeah, so I mean, I think the Mordekaiser does pretty well into that. I mean, Galio can never kill him, right? So
Yeah.
I think he's
Plus, I
doing pretty
think
fine to
Titans Wrath
that.
actually lacks a lot of damage. They have Jinx.
Yeah. Yeah, they have a lot of engage, but yeah, the only damage they have is Jinx. So if somebody like the Ari or the Mordekaiser can get onto that Jinx or just the movement wall, it makes it really hard for Nithros to really be able to get anything done.
Yeah, I really think it'd be really hard for Titans Wrath to play this game.
Yeah, the engage is there. Just yeah, no follow up. But do we have the results for that first game?
We do.
Yes, we do. Uh, yeah. So
Yeah,
Fluffy's definitely right. It was just ridiculously hard. You can look at the bot lane. I mean, it's not like they fed, but just 1 and 2, 1 and 2. They just weren't able to really get
yep.
into the fights to do the damage.
Yeah, only 6,000 there. Not a lot from them. I think it was definitely a tough. I mean, Soraka Caitlyn's a tough bot lane to play into, but
Yeah, it's a
I
hard fight
think
lane.
I'm sure Bulgaria's pressure. I think he is more gaining pressure than the Scion does in most scenarios. So pretty hard to play in that lane.
Yeah, there was a lot of dragon rushing here, and just I don't know. They just farmed off of Seraphine early because it's really hard to play into Ari early game, especially once they hit 6. Ari's
Oh
dashing
yeah,
around. So they kind of took advantage of that early and then just spiraled that into the mid late game. And it was just so hard for Nithros. But unfortunate draft in the first game, but let's see what they changed up going into game 2. All right,
they
so
banned the Amumu. Good choice. Good choice.
And that
and they got rid
Braum
of
is actually Blitzcrank.
yep, and they got rid of the Mordekaiser, and that Braum on their team is supposed to be Blitzcrank. Yeah.
Okay, I mean, I think I like that more than the Braum. I think the Blitzcrank is definitely better right now.
Yeah.
I like the potential.
Do you like the Blitzcrank Samira?
Yeah. I mean, I think it's definitely a lane in which Smear doesn't have to play too aggressive, right? She can sit back and Blitzcrank can land hooks,
Yeah,
especially a safer lane, especially with someone like who's gonna gank a lot, like Bulgaria will.
yeah, yeah. It was definitely a harder comp for us to play into. I just remember thinking like, well, bot's going to be hard early, and mid is definitely harder for the Annie early because she gets outranged, and Shyvana just wants to farm, and Sion obviously wants to fight. So like, we kind of had a lot of losing lanes here.
I mean, I feel like Lao we beat Shen, right?
Yeah, yeah, because as Shen goes into taunt, she just ERs and
Yep.
it's lights out.
Yeah, nothing you can
So
do there.
yeah, so it's this was definitely not our draft or not our game to win at least until about mid game, and then it got really hard for them. But
Yeah, I mean,
oh, sorry.
the Annie pick potential is pretty low. I mean, I don't see. It's really the Smear if she engages, you can get the Annie stun off. But if Smear just waits for the Annie stun to go out, then you
Yeah,
got the all clear for the most part.
exactly. That's that was kind of our problem. But you know, we had the Shyvana Shen, so we could at
Yeah,
least jump at him. But it ended up being an interesting bot lane. They weren't really able to get much done, and anytime the Samir went in,
get shut down.
Sir Mopsy was just there. Bulgaria wasn't really involved. Kind of came in for some KP, but 14,000 damage.
Yeah, not a lot there.
The Scion out damaged her. She was kind of just on dragon farming duty. So High Lord in the top lane with all the assists. I mean, it was just
Is that 8.1 CS per minute from Bulgaria?
yes, it was. Yes, our
Yeah, yeah,
jungler
that's.
has
I mean, what else do you need to do with Shyvana?
yeah 8.1 CS a minute. So he's just farming literally all game. But well, it's just interesting laning phases. Snurboffsy had 7 deaths though, so they definitely took advantage of a mid, like the early game in the mid lane, but just weren't really able to get anything done past that.
Yep.
Unfortunate 2-0 series, but goodbye to Titan's Wrath. It was a really well played set of games, to be honest.
Yeah. For how late Titans got set up their team, I think they've done really well this season. I mean, I think it's been pretty. They came in here half of the season and they really showed up. So I think it's a pretty good season from
Yeah,
KB especially.
yeah, and it definitely wasn't an easy 2 games. I mean, I can't stress enough how good they were bot lane. It just controlling the wave, playing back, trying to control the early game. Really well played for such little amount of time that they had.
Yeah.
And yeah, yeah, better Shyvana wins with Bulgaria representing Kid Buu. Maybe if Night Raid and Los Namados go to the finals, it'll be a fight over who gets to play Shyvana.
Yeah. As long as Kid
Uh,
Buu doesn't disconnect.
if we want to go to our next series, we had Big Wheel versus Play Gaming.
Yeah.
Who
I played
who's
in
your
this
money on?
match. I mean, I played in this match. So I know what happens. But, I think I believe in Big Wheel. I think we can. I think we could have definitely taken the series. I think it was just an unlucky upset, to be honest.
They had. Oh yeah, yeah. Okay, you guys had Legalist and you instead of Rise of Dusk and More Sleep.
Yep.
Yep. Okay. All right. Yeah. Let's get another first draft then. Let's see how you did, Fluffy. All right. So, what are your guys' thoughts with this draft?
Okay, going to this draft, we were planning on trying to have me win lane, which was that was I was exhausted that night. That was definitely not the plan. And we were hoping we were basically like legalist. Yeah, you're the 1v9. You get last pick. You get the pick that you want. You just 1v9 their team.
Okay. So he's over there on the Jack's top into the Aurelia,
Yep.
and then you were bot lane, right? So you're on the
Oh,
Tristana.
it was really a mid. It was Shen top.
Oh, okay. Okay. But were you playing mid lane like you usually
I was
play, or
no,
were
I
you
was playing
AD
Tristana.
carry?
I was bot lane.
Oh, okay. Okay. That's just making
Yeah.
sure.
Yep.
All right.
Tristan into the
Interesting.
Zaya is a rough lane.
Yeah. Yeah. I was
Yeah.
gonna say that. That's kind of rough,
that's
but
that's a real rough lane.
you guys do scale really well into the late game. I mean, the engage is there with the Sejuani Nautilus with the Tristana Ziggs follow up. I mean, that's you guys are late game monsters into Shen, Ood, or Aurelia
Hmm.
if you could make it there.
Yeah.
But
Let's see,
let's see
let's
how
see if
you
we get
did.
together. Yeah.
Let's see. Did you make it there, Fluffy? Is the question. It looks like you did not make it there.
No, we did not make it there. It did
A
not.
31-minute game.
Yeah, it was not a clean game at all. Uh, we just we just could not get anything going. Hunter or Vicksburg is focusing top lane pretty hard. The Udyr is top a lot, shutting down Legal is pretty hard, and we just couldn't get
Yeah.
anything going bot lane.
Yeah, he shut down your
Unfortunately.
guys' win condition.
Yep.
camp the Masters top laner. No, I'm sorry, he's Grandmaster, if I believe.
Yeah,
I think I'm correct on that.
I think you're right. And then nothing. I could not out mechanic Arma in the bot lane.
So
So we tried playing
16
safe,
death
but
bot lane. Come on, Fluffy. 16 deaths.
oh, just wait till the next game.
Oh no! Don't tell me that. Don't. We've been going through this one. He went 16-3, 267 CS. The CS differential's not bad there. Only 40 CS difference with 16 deaths. I mean, that's not bad.
Yeah, I tried staying there. I tried to stay in there.
Do you at least get some damage off in his fights, or
Oh, I got like a triple kill at one point. It wasn't. I
not the
was
worst?
hiding
Okay.
towards the back.
Yeah, yeah.
I got 4 items at the end, so it wasn't like I wasn't. I was even on items, right? If we're counting, yeah, I was even on items. So
Yeah. Huh. Not
we just
not
could
the worst
not get it
position to be
together.
in.
Yeah,
But all right, we'll go into game two. Let's see, Fluffy. Did you? Did we change it for the better?
we first picked the Irelia. Get Legalist the Irelia. Say let's see what he can do on this thing.
Boy. So you saw the Aurelia last game and said we want that,
Yeah,
and then took it for you. Okay, and
yep,
but you first picked it, which is
yeah.
pretty risky to make your Grandmaster guy blind pick.
I mean, he was confident that no matter what the opponents picked, he could beat them because it was who was their top laner? It wasn't too good for Lima. It was
Pretty sure that's their top laner, right?
I was playing support.
Huh. Uh.
It was Hunter Wark. That's who it was. Yeah. So
Oh.
Legalist was confident in play into Hunter Wark no matter what he picked.
Mhm.
Like, just give me anything. On Aurelia, I'll beat him regardless. So that's we're like, okay, yep, you do that. But
All right. I mean,
Flimsy got his Aurelian Soul, and it was pretty disgusting.
does Hardway play the auction? I've never
does.
seen him on that
He said he
campaign.
did.
He does.
He was
play
like,
it.
yep.
All right, interesting. I mean,
Honestly, I think
I'll
Hardway played amazing this game. He did not. I don't think he did not die to Aurelion Soul once in lane, especially
uh-huh.
with the 1,000 salary difference.
Yeah, I was
You
gonna say
know,
I know Ash can. I think counters Aurelion Soul right now. So
yeah,
interesting. Well, let's see how you guys did with this draft.
yeah. So, whew.
Oh no, 8-28. Oh no,
Yeah, it
Fluffy.
was. We just did not get anything going at all.
13 deaths in a ball lane again. Fluffy, my
This is why this is why the salary's getting lower. Don't worry.
oh my god, Arma's 15-0. Holy god, he's
And Flimsy 19-1. It was
putting on a
not a pretty
highlight reel.
series.
Yeah,
It was
9-1-10. Aurelion Soul
yeah.
just doing Aurelion Soul things. That's Seraph's Rod of Ages combo right now is a little bit ridiculous.
Yeah, I definitely could have played it better, but I was just at this point I was flagging. Just had a 12-hour robotics tournament, and I was like,
Oh my god.
you
Well,
know,
did you win the robotics tournament?
we no, we got DQ'd and we got DQ'd. So no,
Got DQ'd Fluffy. What?
if we didn't get DQ'd, we were winning. We are going to Worlds. So but we got DQ'd. So
Oh my gosh. All right, well, let's go into our third series, unfortunately. All right, who was our third series here? Who was this? Night Raid Owls versus Bear Squad. All right.
yeah.
What were your thoughts on this? Who do you think you had win in this series?
You know what? With Beard sitting here, ultimate control salaries, I want to say we definitely got this one. Bear Squad's definitely gonna win this one. I think Beard will absolutely pop off. He
Quit
will
kissing
smurf
my
as
ass.
hard as he ever has, and it would be an absolute dumpster in the side of Bear
I don't
Squad.
think you could be any more wrong.
Yeah, no.
Any more wrong. But let's get into the first game. See how they did. Night Raid Owls has been going absolutely nuts. Only struggling against Titan's Wrath actually. Put on a 1-1 series against them.
Yep.
But all right. So thoughts on this draft? Initial thoughts, Fluffy.
Uh,
I like the
Beard got
Orn.
the Seraphine or the Swain, which I don't know which one he played. He got one of the two,
Well,
and
yeah,
he
yeah.
still managed to lose.
I was
Allegedly.
on
So,
Jinx.
oh wait, never mind then.
Yeah, Jinx Seraphine. I don't know. I just don't like Bear Squad into Night Raid here because I mean you have the Orn engage that none of them can really deal with.
Yep.
Zyrakon, it's really hard. Nothing's really there to peel for the Jinx
Or the Seraphine.
because they're all
That
trying to
would
jump in.
definitely get in there.
I mean, if they play it really well, I like Bear Squad's comp, but I don't know. I feel like Night Raid Owl's comp is a lot easier to
Yeah.
execute.
And with Night Raids, shot calling and ability to shot call, I can definitely see some very nasty Ornn Rakan with the Yasuo ult
Yeah,
combos.
the Oscar ult. Yep,
Yeah,
yep.
that's something I can definitely see.
All right, well, let's go into the results. See what happened.
Oh,
Oh
Pugs and
no.
Kid Buu coming out
Oh my
big
gosh.
showers this match.
Yeah, they looks like they camped the hell out of the mid lane.
Yeah, that's
Kid Buu he does that all the time. Every time I've played against Kid Buu, he loves sitting mid lane.
On
yep,
repeat all
14,
game.
4, and 13. Yeah, he lived
yeah,
with that Yasuo.
yep.
Poor deity.
Dying 8 times in a match? Who would ever do that?
Yeah,
What,
yeah.
what
8
a
times. Meanwhile,
player!
16. Can you do it 16 times? You could combine the deaths of both teams here, and you only get 16 if you take both the bot lanes. Come on, Fluffy. Oh my gosh, yeah, this just looked like an unfortunate first game for Deity. He probably tried to
Yep,
play a little bit aggressive mid and got really punished by the nonstop camp of Kid Buu. Probably just wasn't ready for how hard he was about to get camped. So
yeah.
it's unfortunate, but let's see if they change something going into game two. Because maybe going into game two, you realize, all right, they're just going to camp mid. So strategy adjustment.
Give him the Shyvana this time instead of the Evelyn. They also bent the Yasuo
Oh,
out.
can't give Kid Buu the Shyvana. That's his one
Yeah,
trick, though.
that is scary.
Oh,
But by Bear Squad's Mordekaiser and Mumu, I mean, I don't. Why would they pick Mordekaiser there? What are they really? Why would they pick it so early? You think?
I mean, Mordekaiser's a safe pick top. It's really easy to blind because no matter what you pick into it, generally speaking, Mordekaiser can do somewhat well. It's very hard
Yeah,
to lose a Mord lane, and into Ornn he counters it really hard because
yeah,
he can just prevent Ornn's engage.
yep,
Uh, so, I mean, he definitely counters Ornn, and he can take a lot of the stats there and use them when he ults, but I don't know. The comp definitely lies heavily around Misfortune and Corki getting ahead.
yes,
But Night Raid has a ton of engage to try to
yeah,
peel off, and Misfortune and Corki have no self peel. So like, other than the other than the W from Corki, and I guess the E from Misfortune, but that's not really peel into this. So
yep.
it seems like it's a really hard comp to play from Bear Squad.
It definitely does. I mean, and you don't really even win the scaling matchup all that much. Like the Shyvana, they have the Cassiopeia, so I don't really see them winning the late game like just for free. So it can definitely be pretty difficult.
Yeah, Caitlyn Cassiopeia Shyvana late game would be a pain in the butt, especially with Rakan jumping back over the Zalt. But let's
Yeah.
see how they did.
And Pugs coming through again
Oh my gosh.
with 12 and 2. But
Let's
Dady, he went 7-3. He really
yeah,
brought it back that first game.
that's what I
And
was gonna say. It looks like he was ready for it this time.
Beard coming with 8-4. I mean, I think this game was probably the closest game we'll see all night. This was 18 and 18 to 18 and 18. So I mean, really close game.
Yeah, they had the gold where they wanted it on Bear Squad there. It just looks like the top lane might have been suffering just a little bit, and
Yeah,
Puxarq was able to just kind of take advantage of that front line being weak and just melt it.
yeah.
Again, with that nonsense Rod of Ages,
Seraphs.
Archangels, or
Yeah,
whatever. Yeah, Sarah's. Oh my gosh. They need to nerf that nonsense. I hope to God they do in the next patch. But at least for now, some pop off moments. I'm sure that game was hype. I think they streamed what the Big Wheel. You casted it, Fluffy. Was it Big Wheel versus?
I was playing, so I
I
was
know
not
you played
casting.
it. Who did we cast? I think we casted Big Wheel.
I only
I
casted
was
Big Wheel because
hosting.
I was on Big Wheel, so I voted for Big Wheel.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Of course. Of course. But yeah. I mean, it just. I don't know. Really, like you said, it seems like they're really coordinated. Kid Boo's team just Night Raid House just really seems like they're really one cohesive unit. They play together well. Uh, and Pugs are cute always comes out with some ridiculous KD. So
Yeah.
clearly the team knows how to play around it properly.
Yep.
The bot lane just doing their best to engage and set up for it. Do we have one more series? Yes, we did. Team LOL versus Cottonmouth.
Yep.
Who'd you have winning
This,
this one?
I mean, Cottonmouth. I mean, this is the best, probably the best team coming into this. Slug's been doing amazing all season. So is Shunpo. Solid bot lane, attacking the jungle. He's a very solid jungle. So I don't really see how they could lose this unless they just feed Kazuto.
Well, let's get into the first draft. I
Oh,
think there was some foreshadowing there. Oh
yeah.
no. I like the abbreviations. Dan,
I
you
mean,
guys
I
did
gotta
want to write out that whole name?
I gotta ask why is Cottonmouth wearing jeans, as in jeans as in like
It's just
the medical
good lord.
jeans?
I
Like
assume.
not a J, but
Yeah.
sure, okay.
Who knows? I hope they're using the Aurelion Soul over there in Team League of Legends. I assume
Yeah.
that's Kazuto playing the Aurelion Soul.
Yep.
Wow, there's so much engage from Cottonmouths, but absolutely zero damage. Zero. Other than the Vigar and Ori, there's like no consistent damage. And we
And
hit a
also
map
it's
break.
all AP. It's all AP damage, right? You just build some nice MR items and just be sitting pretty.
Yeah, I mean, I just I just really don't understand what the win condition here is from
Yeah.
Cottonmouths wearing jeans. I mean, you can get onto them, but like Team League of Legends here, it's not like they're not tanky. So you need damage. You don't have any damage. The Aurelion Soul is just going to melt through you.
Yeah, I mean, like, what does Cottonmouth do if Cho'Gath just starts walking into your team and then all of your AP mages are 1 Q away from dying, and you can't kill him because he's so tanky, right? Like, he just
You
sits
just,
there and you can't do anything, so he just
you
stuns
just
your team and you die.
Abyssal Mass Stone Plate. You're just done for.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't know.
Cho'Gath just
Oh,
eats you and then goodbye.
let's see if we're right. Let's see. Let's look at the first game results here.
And Kazuto
Yep.
came out massive.
Holy God! Like I said, wow, the Aurelion Soul really did melt through that.
Yes, he
That
did.
engage. My God, 16, 5, and 10 in a 30-minute game. By the way, 26 kills. Wow, that's he was fighting almost all game. That's like almost a kill a
Yep,
minute,
very
but still
cringy
decent
indeed.
CS. Wow, he really did. You know how you foreshadowed and said the only way they lose is if Kazuto gets fed.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, and whew,
Man, did he get fed? I just, I think we said everything about this game in the draft. It just seemed impossible to play for
yep.
Shumpo's team. So let's see if they adjusted come game two.
I like this draft a lot better from both teams. They're not. I don't know. I think Legal Legends team draft was pretty good last game. I think Conrad's draft is better this game for sure.
Yeah, I would. They definitely have a lot more damage with the just their whole team. Actually, they have decent engage with the Wukong, the Seraphine, the Yone, the Mordekaiser.
Yep.
And all of them do really good damage. So that Mundo's gonna have one heck of a time getting through
Yeah.
something like a Yone Varus.
Yep.
So yeah, I definitely like their draft here, but I think if I remember correctly, this was a Yone top and a Mordekaiser mid instead
Yeah.
of what you would expect with the Mord top, and I think they flopped.
I mean, I I'm not sure if I really agree with that. I mean, I sure the Mordekaiser's a worse matchup into Mundo, but I mean, you want the Yone against the Syndra, right? Like
Well,
it seems
you actually love Mordekaiser into Mundo because Mordekaiser does
really.
percent of health damage with his passive. Like when you use three abilities or hit three autos or whatever, you get that like ring around you. Yeah, that does like percent of health. So you would love playing into Mundo in theory. Uh, so yeah, I'm not really sure why they didn't match the Mundo with the Mordekaiser. I mean that's a matchup he really wants. Um, and the Yone definitely can deal with the Syndra. So I'm not really
Yeah.
sure, but let's go into the results and see how they did.
And Kazuto got fed again.
Yep, and
Oh no.
it was a young top on Slug.
Yep.
He did not do well into the Mundo, who just built full health armor and just ate him alive.
Yep.
Yeah, and Kazuto just went nuts.
As Kazuto does.
Yeah, as Kazuto does. Correct, correct. The
Yeah.
bot lanes, yeah, both kind of just seemed inconsequential. Four dragons to two, though, which means they were definitely fighting over the dragons, which would explain the 40-minute game.
Yep. I mean, I don't know. You're never gonna kill an 8-2 Mundo, right? Like he's never gonna die. There's no
Yeah,
easy
yeah.
way to deal with that once that happens.
Yeah, if he's that far ahead with those kind of items, and he's probably infinitely scaling that health item, so he's
Yep.
just going nuts. What was that?
I said no Kraken Slayer.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what was going through their heads, but hey, sometimes you win some, you lose some. So Kazuto just really putting on just a clinic uh, this matchup. But if we want to look at the playoffs here, I think we got some stats for you guys after that first round of playoffs, just to show some neat things we put together.
Yeah.
So we got season kill leaders, 1 through 5. We got Arma at the top with 31 kills, just going nuts. Thanks, Fluffy.
I'm matching him on the other side. Don't worry.
28 for Kazuto, as we just saw there. I mean, he was putting on a clinic in that mid lane, making Aurelion Soul
Yep.
look OP. Pugs are cute. and Flimsy, also both mid laners for their team.
Yeah,
And then me down there in 5th place at 19 kills.
nice
Look at me
job.
go. If, we, if we go to the opposite, let's look at the death leaders. Daddy Gandy, good old Daddy
Yep.
Gandalf, 18 deaths. Bentage at 17. Just Snare Bopsy just really was playing the carry. I feel so bad for Bentage. But Fluffy, look at you
Oh,
representing
yeah,
Fluffy. Go you.
not even in the playoffs. I'm still up there. Let's go. I do the impossible.
Slug at 15 as we saw him struggle into that matchup top lane, and Hardway at 14 because if all the mid laners are the kill leaders, the other side of the mid lane bracket there is definitely going to be the death leaders. Just makes sense, but let's move down to assist leaders. Who's with their team the most? Trinity and Vixper. It's interesting because Trinity is a 80 carry or support, correct?
I think she's
One of the
80,
two, bot laner.
80 carry, and then you have Mommy Senpai as a support, right?
But regard a bot lane with a jungler, so that's an
Yep.
interesting back to back. Too good for Lima. So again, another play gaming person shows that they just
Yep.
group a lot. Sable at 29 though. I saw him pulling out that Lee Sin. That was impressive. Boo, who was my support, and Grandma Nut in that top lane for Team Kazuto over there, Team League of Legends.
Yeah.
Season CS per game leaders. I'll let you run through that one, Fluffy.
Oh, Kazuto 255, and then Pugs 254. So very close there. I mean, two mid laners, two very, very good mid laners, and they really showed up these games. So
Yeah,
not super surprised. And Armor with 253. So this is a 2 CS gap from first to third. Armor the ADC, and I mean, yeah, Armor played amazing. I played against him, could not do anything. Very good from him. And
yeah,
we had two more mid laners to round it out with Flimsy and Junpo. So
yeah. All mid
I mean,
laners and Arma.
yep, all the AP scaling mages really farmed a lot this game or these games.
And take that last category from me. You got season KDA leaders right down there.
Yep. Then
Cursed Ember. Wow. He wasn't in any of
19.
the other stats, just a KDA god. He's just silently back there doing his
Yeah.
job and doing it well. Wow, the silent hero right there, because he's an 80 carry for
Yep.
Kid Boo's team, correct?
Kid Boost team. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And then Arma, of course, up there, like every other stat category. Bulgaria at 16, our jungler for Los Namados. Play Gaming's jungler, Vixper, and then me. Down there in 5th place again. But I'm really impressed with Curse Ember. Just not in
Yeah.
any of the other stat categories, but he's just really KDA heavy. What a consistent player. Wow.
Yeah.
All right, so let's look at the playoff bracket here. I can see Los Nomados now versus Play Gaming on the left side, and then Night Raid versus League of Legends. So I guess we'll go left to right. Who do you got
Yep.
your money on for the left side here, Fluffy?
I think Lost Nevada. I think you guys. I think it'll be a close match. I think it'll definitely one that we really want to watch. But I think your team will get it out in the end. I think the synergy Lost Nevada's has and the record they've had over the season just slightly edges out what Play Gaming currently has.
Yeah, I'm gonna be interested to play bot lane versus Arma, in my opinion, because Arma has just been smoking the competition left and
Yep.
right. But I'm definitely putting up some numbers myself down there, so it'll be really interesting down in the bot lane. And Snare Bopsy will definitely be challenged by the Masters mid laner.
Yeah.
So I think it'll be a really close match. Honestly, if I had to put my money on it, I got to put my money on my team, of course. But I think it's going to be a close 2-1.
Yeah. I
Uh,
mean, I think if I have any mid laner playing into a Masters mid laner, I think I want Snare Bops to be the one playing into it.
Yeah, Snarboxy's really good at not getting anything done, but just not letting them get
Yeah.
anything done.
And he plays the exact type of champs you want that on. He plays the Gallios. He plays the supporting mid laners who can just really help the team later on, even if they don't get the farm or the kills they need.
Yeah, Bulgaria. I'll get to all that stuff at the end with the website and all that. But if we go to the right side of the bracket, we got Night Raid versus League of Legends. Who do you got your money on there?
Night Raid. I think the synergy will be absolutely monstrous going into this
Wow,
game.
you didn't have to think about it.
No, not. I mean, playing as Night Owls multiple times this season, I'm gonna do really well. I think League of Legends. I think Kazuto has been. He played really well this last past week, but I think it might just be. I think it just depends on what he has for breakfast that day. I think it could come down to just him being slightly just not the level he needs to be to absolutely carry these games. So
Yeah. You don't think Kazuto can have possibly 2 insane pop-off weeks in a row?
yeah, can never come on, we can't have that happening, right? Come on.
Yeah. So, do you think it's going to be a 2-0, or do you think it's going to be a
No,
2-1?
2-1. 2-1.
Two one.
I think Kazuto's gonna pop off the first game, and he might decline a little bit towards the end of the season,
Really? I would see. I
the
would
end of
actually
the
say
series.
2-0 Night Raid Owls, because I think that they just Kazuto really is just going to have to carry so hard, but Night Raid just make it impossible to play through that mid lane.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I feel like Kazuto is just going to have a ridiculously hard time trying to get anywhere. But I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I think Pugs is just going to go nuts. But I don't know.
Yep.
I think both games are going to be really close, and I'm hoping we get to the finals. But
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll have to see. The games are both, I believe, on Sunday, 9 Eastern. I don't think either of them have been rescheduled.
Yeah. Make sure to
Um,
cast him unless someone needs a sub. So
yep. I was going to say, I think we'll be looking to cast one, if not both games, at least one. So we'll probably throw a vote up. Look out for that. And then, like my wonderful moderators in the chat are talking about, if you guys go to is that under Valhalla Esports, correct? Yeah. Valhalla
yep.
Esports, there's a text channel called Website Link. If you go to that, go to the website, it'll show you all of your stats from season one, literally all of them. If you just subbed in for a game, even if you never played, you're probably still on there. As long as you were registered for
Yeah.
the season, your stats are on that website. Just like
And
Fluffy.
yeah.
See
Yeah.
16 deaths on the
I saw.
website.
Yeah. I think I'm currently. I'm pretty sure I'm a death leader on there.
Nice. I've
So
been told that the Night Raid Owls versus League of Legends is Saturday at 8 p.m. So maybe we'll look to get that cast and then cast the Los Nematos Play Gaming game on Sunday. We'll have to see. But that's nice. Saturday and Sunday game. We're given all the entertainment all weekend.
Yep.
Oh, you're going to have your work cut out for you, Fluffy.
Yeah. I will probably be casting both. And don't forget, if you want to sign up for next season after
Yep.
all this stuff wraps up, on the website there are the 2 sign-up sheets under season 2 info, and in the text channels I think it's also called it's the new player forms. Even if you're not a new player, but you need to sign up for next season. So go
Yep.
there. If you want to be a captain, you got still have room for that, and you can be. Everyone should sign up to be a player if you want to be.
Just
So
go to that website link. It has everything you could ever imagine. But please, oh please, sign up. If you want to play, don't wait till the last minute. Don't do it later. Just fill out the form. You can fill it out as a sub now and switch it later. If you want to be a captain, please throw your name in the ring. We can always use more volunteers for captains. Even if you just joined the server, just throw your hat in the ring.
yep,
And then anything else you could ever imagine. If you have any questions about anything, the website literally will answer everything.
yep.
And if you
And
need a invite to our Discord, if you're in here, maybe you haven't gotten an invite to the Discord, just message one of the moderators, and they can hook you up with a link.
yep. And we also gotta remember people that in-house will be starting after the finals, right? So if you don't have a salary,
Absolutely.
and it's the best time to do it. If you want to impress some captains out there, you just get in there, and it'll be really it'd be helpful for all the salary team members who can have some good info on what salary to give you, and it'll help speed the entire process up, and it'll be some good practice.
Yep.
So
And the earlier you get in there, the earlier you get salaried, the more captains learn your name, and the better chance you're getting put on a team next season.
yep,
So just definitely be in there as soon as the finals end. That'll be a big powwow, best of 5, and then as soon as those are over, we'll be running in houses for a solid at least month or so. So
yeah, I'm sure it'll be almost every day. We've had that way before.
yep, it's all day every day. So look to have some fun. But I think that's all the info we got for you, unless I'm forgetting
Yeah,
something, Fluffy.
I think we got it all.
All right, guys. Well, join us Saturday 8 Eastern or Sunday at 9 Eastern, or join us both days to watch these 2 semifinal matches.
Yeah.
It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. So we'll catch you guys next time.
Yep. Yes.
Let's go. amongst the sky. Battles of great divine, torn hearts of fear and cries. Let the rage of war ignite. We were born to rise. Annihilate your shit. Annihilate your villages. And we're gonna raid all your shit. Thunder off in the elevator. We're gonna raid all your shit. Annihilate your villages. And we're gonna raid all your shit. Thunder off in the elevator. We are Vikings. We are stand to fight. You're going down tonight. A circus parade of war. We are Vikings. We are Vikings. We are Vikings. Man of honor, man of war. Tales be told forevermore. Bloody axes, bloody fields. Fight with honor, clash of shields. Roaring mountains from afar. Fearless soldiers fight with heart. Haunting lands of man and steel. Victorious